locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked, and I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. On 2nd down, it's Blake. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And Woods has it complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that one was going pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 20. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. He finds his man complete. That's Armstrong. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. From the gun, here's Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Looking to throw on second down. Peyton. He finds his man. Complete. It's Blake. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they're going to get this up to midfield. They run with Jackson out of the gun. On the move past the 40. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
To throw on second down, Peyton forced out to his left, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And he returns this to the 22. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
He finds his man, complete. That's Armstrong. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Here's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Over the middle and into the hands hands of his receiver, Landry.
Complete to number 88. It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Throwing again on second down. Stafford. And he checks this one down to Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard with the urge to go for it. It's almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Peyton. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 43. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down. Peyton.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Peyton. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Colts are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Jackson is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Peyton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Mike Strong
From 3 yards out.
And the Colts take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And he's got it. So they try for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, Williams. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Open man here is Gentry. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He finds his man, complete. That's Armstrong.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
To the air again, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Stafford. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Armstrong. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Stafford looks to throw again. Flush to his right.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. Brandon Faison there.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now it's Stafford.
Screen play set up for Williams. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They try the left side here with Williams. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Kyron Williams.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And the Colts getting ready to go.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
On 3rd down, Peyton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Stafford on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
Complete to number 13. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
To throw is Stafford. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Again, it's Stafford. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Williams is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
2nd down and goal. Stafford looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Stafford toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he remains perfect 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt it in, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You know, this is the regular season, partner. We'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hoping for him and the team, it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Ben Banogu in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Stafford's pass intended for number 13. Incomplete.
You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Peyton. Got an open man. It's Strong. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Colts.
Operating from the gun, Peyton. Then he's got the hook up here. It's Woods.
Peyton's pass complete to Giovanni Woods. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The Colts on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen. But somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Armstrong.
Stafford's pass complete to number 2. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Armstrong. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
It's a gain of 5.
Now Stafford. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Eight yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run again with Jackson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes. Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
So now Stafford and the Rams
Down by 8. A minute 46 to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Armstrong. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Stafford now to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Stafford. Throw left side, complete. That's Armstrong. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Now Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And this is caught. He hits Landry. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a two-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have two to possibly take this to overtime.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Everything was riding on that two-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
Well, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
Taken at the goal line.
And the Colts coming out now.
They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. Tie game, but you have to think, in the preseason, with overtime not in the cards, maybe time to take a few chances.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, it's Blake, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
So, Charles, this is a game that certainly had some intrigue, but I think you and I both agree. We like the decision to not play overtime in preseason and just call it a draw.
Partner, I want to meet the person who disagrees with this decision, and I just wonder what took so long for the league to arrive at this conclusion. They put the rule in for the 2021 season, and it should have been in a long time ago. Yeah, some rookies might miss some plays, but all in all, no one's paying attention when we get to the end of a preseason game.